come to order. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. We will begin out of order without objection with 2014-1015 because Mr. Rooker is with us. This 1015 calls the Metro Board of Equalization into regular session beginning June 2nd, 2014, and special session beginning June 23rd, 2014. Moved and seconded. Is there discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. It will be recommended. Mr. Rooker, thank you for being here. We move back to the top, which would be the bill that's on public hearing, which is 2014-699. Council members Gilmore, Stein, and Hunt approves amendments to the Arts Center, Capitol Mall, Jefferson Street, and Rutledge Hill redevelopment plans to extend the duration of the plans through December 31st, 2040, and increase the tax increment financing capacity. May I have a motion? Moved and seconded. Is there discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and 699 is recommended. 2014-948, Councilman Mitchell appropriates $4,300,000 from the undesignated fund balance of the General Fund of the General Services District to Metro Schools to fund the purchase of laptop computers. Members of the council, we have no correspondence at all from Councilman Mitchell, so unfortunately, by rule, we still can't deal with this. We must defer it by rule in this committee. He can do what he wants with suspension of the rules. May I have a motion to defer? And seconded. By rule, 948 is deferred for one more meeting. 2014-1016, Council members Gilmore, Stein, and Hunt approves an amendment to the lease agreement between Metro and Square Investment Holdings, LP for the lease of office space in the Washington Square building on 2nd Avenue for the Criminal Justice Planning Unit. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 1016 is recommended. 1017, Council members Stein and Pardue approves a grant of $1,000 to the Metro Nashville Fire Department to purchase animal oxygen masks. Motion and a second. Councilman Taggart, I hope you'll ask all the questions I want to ask.
Well, I know Councilman Pardue is a co-sponsor, and based on some of the animal problems at his house, I'm wondering if any of these masks will be used there.
Councilman Pardue, you get to respond to that if you wish.
I can't.
You just pull your microphone out. You don't need to push a button. There you go.
No, she uses a human one. I'll tell her you ask about her.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 1017 is recommended. Thank you for being here. 1018, Council members Stein and Maynard approves an agreement between the State Department of Health and Metro Health Department for use of $375,311 of the tobacco settlement funds the state received to fund several local programs to address family tobacco use. Moved and seconded. Any discussions? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 1018 is recommended. 1019, Councilmember Stein, Maynard, and Lancaster approves a state grant of $42,500 to the Health Department for tobacco use prevention services. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 1019 is recommended. 1020, Councilmember Stein, Maynard, and Lancaster approves an amendment to the federal grant to the Metro Board of Health to enhance access to community-based care for low-income individuals and families with HIV by re-obligating $240,117 of the fiscal year 2013 grant funds for use in fiscal year 2014. Moved and seconded. Any discussion or questions? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 1020 will be recommended. 1021, Councilmembers Stein, Maynard, and Lancaster approves a state grant of $353,000 to the Metro Health Department for chronic disease management and school health promotion services. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 1021 is recommended. 1022, Councilmember Stein, Maynard, and Lancaster approves a state grant of $512,400 to the Metro Board of Health for implementation of the state immunization program. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 1022 is recommended. 1023, Councilmembers Stein and Dominy approves an amendment to an agreement between the U.S. Army and Metro Water and Sewer Services for the Mill Creek Watershed Feasibility Study in Davidson County by expanding the scope of the study and providing an additional $50,000 in matching funds. It's moved and seconded. Councilman Tygart, you're recognized.
If someone could talk to us about the unforeseen costs associated with this.
Somebody, thank you.
Jim Snyder, Metro Water. Councilman, this is to close out the feasibility portion of the study that the Corps of Engineers has been working with Metro Water Services. Basically, these additional funds is matched by the Corps, but it is to address any questions and review by Washington, D.C. as well. So this is critical that we get through this step. This will complete the feasibility, and then the next step is to pursue funds for actual construction of flood mitigation.
So these funds were unforeseen at the beginning. Did we just underestimate the cost of the study?
The local Corps office typically does a review, but it was decided by the representation in Washington they need to review some items as well. Sue Ferguson with the Corps of Engineers is here. She can talk to the particulars of that if you'd like.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, we thought it was one price and now it's a different price, what the reasoning for that was.
The difference is the review that's been required by the region Corps office.
So your portion and the Corps portion here locally was okay, met budget, on time, on budget type thing, but it's additional layers of bureaucracy that's created this issue?
That's my understanding, yes, sir.
Well, I would like to hear more then.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Sue Ferguson with the Corps of Engineers, and our original cost estimate, we anticipated review, but when we got to Washington, they had us do some additional tasks, including looking at raising in place and also going out for external peer review. So we had to do an additional layer of review we did not anticipate when we did the original cost estimate.
Is this common with federal requirements, or is this something unusual?
Mill Creek we are changing our processes, and Mill Creek was falling in between those. So we had to meet some of the old requirements and then the new requirements too. And we weren't sure how many of the new requirements we had to meet. And that's one of the things we underestimated.
Sue, if this is a requirement of the federal government, why aren't they picking up the whole tab? Why is the Davidson County taxpayer having to pick up half the tab?
Well, we are picking up 100% of the independent external peer review. It's just the labor that it cost us to answer their questions is the part that's going to be cost shared.
Thank you.
Any further questions on 1023? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 1023 is recommended. 1027, Councilman Stein authorizes the Department of Law to settle the personal injury claim of Brandy Brown against Metro government for the amount of $13,400. Have a motion? It's moved and seconded. Any discussion or questions? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 1027 will be recommended. Bills on second reading, 696 is Councilman Claiborne. It amends the Metro Code to require the Director of Finance to submit an annual debt report to the Council at the time of the Mayor's proposed operating budget is submitted. Councilman Claiborne, you're recognized for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I would like to defer this one meeting, and since I introduced the measure 2 weeks ago, I've had conversation either personally or Mr. Cooper has had conversation with a number of different council members as well as the finance director, and we're trying to get all of the suggestions into the best form that it can be, and we need a little bit more time to accomplish that. So I'd like to defer for one meeting.
Sounds like 2 weeks is an ample time for that many cooks in the kitchen. We have is there a second to the motion? It is seconded. Any discussion? Those in favor of deferral say aye. Opposed, no. 696 is deferred for one meeting. 2014-700, Council Members Stein and Hunt approves a lease agreement between Metro and Southern Land Commercial Construction, LLC, for a portion of the fire hall property located at 2025 Richard Jones Road in Green Hills. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 700 is recommended. Thank you all. That was very expeditious. We stand adjourned.